As we dey talk right now, in never too long way, the National Working Committee of the Labour Party begin a meeting where they won't use the side on the fate of the Labour Party. And people will host this Labour Party National Working Committee meeting or NEC meeting as they call them, National Executive meeting rather, NEC meeting as they call them. Now the Alex Oti led faction or Nina the Osman led faction of the party. Now they hold the NEC meeting. And with them for inside the NEC meeting, the people then will be saying I didn't register the Labour Party, will be the Nigerian Labour Unions, then they involved for inside that meeting will be the press conference we then call now. And part of the reason we make them, they host the press conference that to make sure say they organize, how they go fit use get proper election to make sure say they vote candidates, then we could be the people who could lead the party to avoid this back and forth for inside Labour Party where they ask who they in charge, who no they in charge, the buzz goes between their Buri team and the Peter Obi team or the Alex Oti team. Maybe that one could stop. Welcome to Updated Precious. Normal, it is sweet ability to bring on an update for the things that really happen for inside the country. My name is Precious Ingi, and I'll be very, very happy today bring on all of the updates today. So make we begin with the updates and we will give on now. As the reports for hunger come out for inside January, we then talk say Nigeria now in the carry first for Africa and for the world for World Hunger Program where be say United Nations do. National Assembly we don't discover say them pad 6.93 trillion naira inside the budgets. So this 2025 budget, and we'll go look into and waiting make we bring economic expert to help us touchlight the matter, make we even know waiting be the thing where they happen for inside this matter. But apart from that, we go look at other matter. Them Nigeria economy stabilizing CBN Governor Kaduso nine talker. Meanwhile, our able Minister for Information, Condi talk say before the budget the economy will be like say they shake, it be like say they shake. But right now, I say the thing don't stabilize well. So that is confirming the fact say our economy don't destabilize. And then we move on to other issues as it concerns security. Boko Haram has informant among politicians, soldiers. This according to Borno State Governor. Northern Forum don't endorse Tinubu for second term, commend reforms. That one day we will still talk about Shapali. And the criminals on Interpol red list arrested in Nigeria. This according to Minister. And I they talk this one. I could let you know the minister will be say they talk. And the missing Lagos banker's body found in mug with machete cuts. A lot of things they happen. So I just say make I bring some of these ones forward, make we see the kind things where they happen for inside the country. Now talking about missing person, a lady will criticize Sokoto State governor don't disappear. She did missing right now. Why? Because she criticized the governor of Sokoto State. They don't know where she did right now. Then in the Kano case, we will bring on an update as judge don't condemn social media use by Kano lawyer Aloy Jimako as in talks saying nothing concern live streaming, made a new stream again inside the matter will concern Nnamdi Kano case at all. And still concerning his case, DSS don't deny involvement for Nnamdi Kano Kenya arrest. Say they not put hand inside though, they no dey inside though, their hand no follow for waiting make the arrest Nnamdi Kano from Kenya. Now waiting then talk with that DSS. The same DSS where they prosecute the matter. Ishoki Abi. Protests don't hit Benue over the killing of a final year student by police. That one said they will put man inside. Extortion. College students they vex, they cry as lecturer they dare Cross River State government. Cross River State government give ultimatum, say stop to the extort students. The lecturers they no agree, they still they do am. So you can say this is corruption, impunity, now they reign. Daura Transport Varsity to send students to China, Russia for practical. Interesting, right? Okay, all of this matter and more now go put inside. As PDP crisis, PDP Southeast leaders insist saying Anyanwu now be the party secretary. For not like we're gonna go hit on the head for the world. All this matter they now go put inside. Joining me for inside the studio now, Ogashegun Shakito. Ogashegun Shakito and a man will be sabi for waiting concern economy and finance matter. It's a bit that side where himself the put one for meeting concern social commentating and politics matter. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining me once more.
Good afternoon,
You always
Madam
sit my
Precious.
relax. You oblige me anytime I call you. You dey answer me. I be won't sing song for you. Like say you be. Anytime I call you, you answer. But make I know they sing that song.
I beg you. Not saying song
Thank you.
before.
Thank you
That song
so
is
much,
meant for
sir.
God.
I know. Now, what to make me keep quiet? Okay. So, Ogasha go shock me to I don't know whether this report's not true. You know, say they did the report where it be say UN be released for January, uh, through their World Food Program. Talk say Nigeria don't carry first for hunger for inside the whole world, not just Africa. Now, first, I would like make you explain wetin that report mean. Not vex that they revisit wetin happen for January. O. Wetin that report mean, especially if you consider the way things they use go for inside government. This one wey be say budget come out content of say a whole 6.9 trillion naira. Now they find out where they use insert build shoulder pad inside our budget. See, it is some things wey dey pain ear. Even if this thing they happen on the norm, or they say, oh, successive administrations, it don't they happen. Should they happen at this time when they say their own people, their constituents and what they represent, follow they die for hunger? I beg, help us explain this matter then. Even the part in where they had everything, help us break and down, make we understand.
Well, so thanks for having me again. Always a pleasure, to talk about these things. I mean, it's not a pleasure, but at least I'm glad that I can help. It's
Thank you
very
for being
painful.
truthful. Thank you for being truthful.
It's very painful. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
um, well, I mean, for me, this is not really news. You know what the UN says, the World Poverty Clock,
And
the
hunger.
hunger report. Uh,
Mm.
you know, all of those things are basically saying the things that we already all know to be true because they feel them. Even if we may happen to be amongst the lucky few that God just blessed, and you can somehow say that you are still eating um, 3 or 4 square meals or
No
two
talk
square
balance
meals.
Ayeto. No go there. No go
Mm.
balance. No go
No, it's not
balance.
balanced anymore,
You need
but
the
at least
balance.
you go reach
Because if you
four.
just go
You can
balance,
drink, you can drink, you can drink gari, you can eat eba, you can eat pounded yam. Not balance, but at least sorry, pounded yam. Okay, that one is for really big men now. But I'm just saying that a few people are still lucky enough to be able to eat 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day. There are a lot of people that eat only once every 2 days, and
mm,
those people are far more now than they were 5 years ago, and it's getting
hell,
worse and worse.
that is they
And
don't
that
plenty when
and
they chop like that.
yes, especially in the last 2 years, we see what President Tinubu did is that he brought hunger to Nigerians full force. I know that some
Yeah.
people will argue that he means well, and maybe he does, maybe. But the point is that whether you mean well or you don't mean well,
Waiting be the result of all
the,
this.
the result of your actions are
Mm,
unfavorable for the majority. And that's what this World Bank report is saying. The result of your action is unfavorable for the majority. So what do you do if you see that? So I don't even think that any president, no matter how bad that president might be, let's take the worst president we have ever had in terms of hardship, maybe Abacha as a military ruler. I don't
Abacha.
think
Abacha
Abacha,
time na Christmas compared to what we day now, sir. Oh, sorry, no vex.
no, let's say that's matter of opinion. Let's just assume that
Okay.
it's Abacha. I don't
Okay.
think that Abacha set out from day one to say, I want to make Nigerians suffer. I won't
Mm,
prepare them. So I don't know. I don't think that maybe President Tinubu set out from day one to say, I will
mm.
make these people hungry. Hey, I will show them shaggy. I don't think so. I
But you know,
think
see,
that
you
he
know, the time when talk to people, they talk say they refer to a video when talk say I go widen the tax nets.
No, 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 no. That one, I
A
don't
slip of
do,
tongue.
I don't do. No, it wasn't a slip of tongue. What happened with that video was that people cut off a part of a complete speech and
Okay.
deliberately, mischievously
But does it
misinterpreted it.
stop? Does that refute the fact that he had mentioned about widening tax nets, which is
No,
actually
he
happening
what
now?
he
It's
said,
actually playing out
was
now
that
because some people are
yes,
paying taxes.
yes,
Yeah.
and he should do that. I support that 100%. You have to
Okay.
widen the tax net,
Okay.
because we can't claim that we need development as a country and we're not ready to pay for it. Every time that we talk about US, UK, Germany, all those people,
That
the kind of
taxes.
taxes they pay.
Yes. They
Now,
pay. But the
40%,
beginning of it, the
35%.
dividend of the tax now.
That's
When
that's
they
the
carry
other
that
that's
tax
the other
money
that's
to,
the
na
other
the
side.
question
So
of
our own problem now is that. So the point I'm just trying to make is that the president, I don't think he set out to make things bad, but
okay.
when he implemented the policies, that he did with so much bravado, with so much energy, with so much confidence, without caring, without consultation. You know, it will always pepper me to my bone that
Hmm.
subsidy is gone was not inside his speech. They not send them. The people that wrote his speech, his economic planning team, they didn't send him to go and remove subsidy on day one. They didn't send him. This was just Tinubu being a braggadocious person who just wants to swagger and show that he knows everything. That's why he did that thing. And I know that he cannot admit it, but he regrets it. So the point I'm making is, even if he didn't set out to do that, when you now see that the actions that you took is resulting in this level of hunger, of poverty, World Bank has said that we'll add another 3 million people to the poverty trap, to the poverty net, whatever you want to call it, in another 2 years, or is I think by 2027. That's what they said. 3 million additional people. We're back to being the capital, poverty capital of the world. So when he saw that, shouldn't he have backtracked? Shouldn't he have been humble enough to say, "Oh, this is not working as we planned, though. Let's backtrack a bit. Let's start over. Let's do a do
Yeah.
over." He could have done that, but he didn't. He just continued, you know. And then some people are now saying, "I know we're still coming back to those stories, talking nonsense about stability." Now, the other thing that you mentioned, the part of the reason that all of these things are happening is the story of budget padding that you talked about.
Mhm.
We have said it, I think, on your show, and of course on a number of other platforms where we speak. We had said it that this budget, the budget that Nigeria runs, when you hear 54 trillion naira budget, hmm, that 54 trillion, I cannot with all confidence beat my chest and say that 30 trillion out of that money actually got into the hand into the projects that they were meant for, and that 30 trillion, was used to pay salaries and to do execute capital projects. A lot of that money disappears into people's pockets by virtue of budget padding. Just take any budget. Take budget of 5 years ago, compared to the budget of this year. It's available. It's available on budget office website. So this thing I'm saying is not strange. It's not new. It's not special. It's not because I have one special knowledge. I don't have any special access to any information or any information channel anywhere. This thing is publicly available. Just go to budget office website, download budget breakdown. The breakdown, no, not the speech, the budget breakdown for 2024. Download the one for 2023. Download for 2022. Download for 2021. Open ministry, just any random ministry you want. Anyone. I'm saying this with my full chest. I beat my chest on public show right now. Any ministry you want. Just pick any random one. Water resources, power. Then go line by line to where they do the breakdown. If you do not find items that are repeated word for word, the next time I come to this show, anything you want to do me, do me. You will find items word for word that are repeated 4 years in a row. And you ask yourself, somebody said we're building a fence, and then fence of a Odogbolu. I always use that Odogbolu as an example. That thing repeated itself for 3 years. But even the fence was never built. So the budget is a scam. It's a document that has been used to legitimize theft. Because what you then do is that because it's captured in the budget, then of course you can then do all the necessary paperwork to process for payment and release of money to whatever fictitious names and contractors that you choose to use. So all of these corruption channels are things that I expected this president to tackle head on from the start. Those are the reforms that we need, man. The reform that we need is not subsidy removal. The reform that we need is not floating of the naira. Yes, you can unify exchange rates, but did you have to float? At the time that you did, the reform that we need is civil service reform. Any president, I said this thing 8 years ago, and it's still turning out to be true. 2 presidents later, 3 presidents later, I said it in the time of Jonathan, that any president that fails to reform the civil service as his first action in office within 6 months of coming on board, you must conduct very, very drastic civil service reforms, you are going to fail, guaranteed. And that is what we're seeing play out now. So you are seeing hunger indicators go up, you are seeing poverty indicators go up. At the same time, you are seeing corruption go up. You are seeing contracts being awarded by the president to himself. We're playing, we're playing. We're not ready in this country.
That is
So
that, e.g., for
yeah,
example, the
so
Abuja, the Lagos Kaduna,
the
sorry,
Lagos
the Lagos
Calabar, the
Calabar.
Lagos Calabar project was awarded to a company that is supposedly belongs to the president via proxies. I didn't say this. It's all out there. Maybe they can go to CAC and go, and now that people are crying about this thing, I'm sure they probably would have gone to amend the list of directors of that particular company. But even if they do that, we all know the connection between Shaguri and President Tinubu, the man. We know that they have a long-standing, decades-long, very, very close,
But
intimate
no vex, so
friendship.
no vex, no vex. So this friendship, saying na talk, they bring talk, no vex. Let me make my grandfather talk,
Mm,
say na the journey they decide how did they use wakara. You understand?
mm,
You cannot set
mhm.
out a journey to say that this is how I must go and come
I
back.
agree.
And the journey go decide as you go use wakara. So don't
I
enter this
agree.
journey. You don't mention
Very
Chagrin. Let
correct.
her talk. How
Very
come
correct.
he's such an ally with Chagrin when the same Chagrin na Abacha henchman in terms of person where they indicted for helping Abacha? Oh dear, network. A person where they indicted for helping Abacha launder money, and then him Tinubu was against Abacha during Abacha's regime. So now, two of Abacha most trusted henchmen, Atiku Bagudu and the same Chagri, and now he's proxies. I don't understand. How possible is that you fought for this democracy, you were against those who were militarizing us, and then the allies of those people where they militarize us can't be your backbones right now? Is that possible, sir? Oh dear, sincere apologies, I beg. I be like say it's treating your studio, because there are some things that really needs proper explanation. May Nigerians for fit understand exactly. Did you hear my question, sir? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Did you hear my question? Did you hear my question? Did you hear my question? I think I can hear you wherever you are. I get some, you know, noise from your background. I just wish go get this issue. We could get a smooth conversation, Shapali. Mr. Shopwito, sir, can you hear me? Oh dear. Okay. All right. Network it is, but perhaps not network. It was some technical glitch because look like saying a network because in network they very okay. So it'd be like saying a some. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh dear. Oh, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So let's hope that he joins us back, and then let's trash this issue. So the reason I raise this conversation and make we they understand, make we put our mind and our hearts inside. They understand the things and what they happen for inside that country, because that's why I keep saying that this platform is not about sensationalism or pursuing views or all of those. I'm really not interested in that. That's why it's not my means of livelihood. But it is. I am after educating Nigerians, opening our eyes to the reality of things where they happen for inside our society. How is it that we have such corruption in high places happening year in, year out? And this now the same thing, perhaps, where the APC administration accused the Jonathan administration of, we make them pursue them to come out. Then pursue the APC administration out because of this corruption. And their own come be like say, sorry, the PDP administration out because of this corruption. And their own come be like say, it be times two of the same corruption. How do we continue like this? Which kind of country go fit survive this kind of money, plenty money leaving the country when all they accounted for year in, year out? How many countries for the world go fit survive this kind of expenses, this kind of loophole, make money just they come out anyhow for inside the country, make we no see use anything, use and do anything. Now, these are the kind of things that they worry people for mind, and would they wonder say how we go fit continue like this for inside this country, especially as the people for inside the country they poor, apart from say they even they poor, no hope for them to even go forward. Well, we'll get back to that conversation once Mr. Shokpito joins us back. But let's get to attend to other issues very quickly. I told you earlier, say the Nenadi Usman faction of the Labour Party just hold a neck meeting right now where we say the trade union congresses they in attendance for that neck meeting, and at the end they don't agree how they go use hold in election for people who go be the substantive, that is people who go be the people who go finally become their heads, them we could be the heads of the party, so that it could put an end to this whole Abure case and Abure no case. It could put an end to them. Remember, say the last time the way this Abure team then talk say nobody for the national neck they part of the Alex Oti or Nenadi Usman faction. Well, all of these people then, because you remember, say the party people will register at the Nigerian Labour Congress. So if Labour Congress they involved for inside this party now through the Labour Congress chairman and other people they involved for this meeting, and then they push to make sure say they do an election, and then they for the faction of this Alex Oti will hold this meeting today. What will be next for the Abure-led team? Remember, see the Abure-led team never stop to fight. They see the fight in the evening. Proper. I will bring you every outcome of what they talk about for that press briefing, and how the team use happen, and footages too for inside when we go live by 8 p.m. this evening. I'll have to bring you all of those issues. But I just brush them up quickly and then let Ona know as it did take happen. And then let's move on to other issues very quickly while we expect our guests to join us back. I did tell you earlier that Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Omar Zulum don't raise alarm over the presence of informants and collaborators aiding insurgents from within Nigerian armed forces, political class, and local communities. Well, in case you don't understand that one means say, for inside Nigeria, you get politicians, you get you get military officers, you get Nigerian officials where they give information to Boko Haram. So you be the wonder how be say this Boko Haram people they manage, they infiltrate and conquer our military anyhow. Maybe this one will help answer that question. If this thing way Ogazulum talk and I'm waiting to be say we go fit go by, because now him be the governor of the state, and by governor of the state, now him be the chief security officer of the state. So as a chief security officer of the state, he don't talk this one waiting on a think about waiting he talk. Talk say informants then they people they where they give information, especially from inside government, from politicians, from military, from even local communities, where they give information to terrorism. To what end? To what end will make these people then go they involved for this kind of thing, especially the politicians own self. What's it go make? Because if poor man or person from village they give information, they go fit talk say, oh, because of say na poverty now make them so hunger don't push them, they don't they go do things so it be say they don't want to. But how about politicians? Where it be say then they collect this kind of plenty money. So why they go they involved for things so they obviously jeopardize the peace and the security of the people where they swear an oath to protect? How about that one? What's going to push them to enter inside that one? Now, as I the quote, I said we found informants and collaborators. We found informants and collaborators within the Nigerian armed forces, within the politicians, and within the communities. What we shall do is to strengthen our intelligence and deal with them ruthlessly. That's what Zulum talk as he say me appear for television program this today, today Wednesday for News Central. Very sad. Now, his revelation adds a new layer to Nigeria's counterinsurgency conversation, emphasizing the need for internal cleansing and enhanced intelligence operations to defeat terrorism. If this one not true, then what's it can mean when it be say we get people like this, where the government join as part of these people, the way we say they terrorize us like this. Okay, I'd like to take a quick break, make I go reach out to my guest, find out what they happen if you join us. But let me play you this footage very quickly
My
to
own
hold
take
on
is
to
look,
while I come
I
back.
agree we need
Checking on
electoral
my guest.
reforms.
Please bear with me.
There was issue of beef, as remember, that was introduced in order to check the integrity of the accreditation process, the smart card. Now, was it implemented the way the Act itself has actually made it? The issue of online, the retransmission that the law is also made provision for, do we apply it even with regards to Section 60 of the Electoral Act? Did we do all that? Then there is this issue of If I have a document that shows the result of an election, I don't need to call any witness anymore. I don't need to call any polling unit agent to come and testify. That document should speak, for it. But then did we, even with judicial pronouncement, we are still relying on 2022 jurisprudence, in our pronouncement. So Nigerians are now saying, look, if we don't address those issues, so don't penalize us if we refuse to vote.
Here we have a challenge about our democratic system. And I put that down to the Western political system that enables the person who wins to take everything. Now, if you take everything and exclude others, there'll be problems. But if you have a system, whatever it is, that it includes people, everybody, I don't know what that will be called. If you have a system that includes people, then I think it will be really, really beneficial. Right now, we have a big problem in having a system that excludes. I think you will find the biggest problem we have in Nigeria around exclusion. That, I think, is the biggest problem. Around exclusion. People are not taking part in the process. So, right, let's say 2027 is coming. So suddenly you have a big issue.
I don't know if you can hear me now, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank
I can
you.
hear you. Can
Thank
you hear
you.
me?
I don't even forget. I can hear you very well. I don't even forget the question we'll be asking because I know someone asked. I don't know
Yeah,
whether you heard that question we'll ask you. Did you hear?
I don't think so. You were talking and then the thing went off.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
but
did
we
talk
were
about
talking about poverty, we were talking about budget, we were talking
yes.
about the corruption.
So you
Okay,
did talk
you
about
were asking about Shaguri. You were asking about Shaguri and
yes.
yeah,
So I mean, they ask, say, how possibly they say our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as one of the frontline people we fight for this democracy, what would they get today? As he himself don't follow confirm with his own mouth. How possibly they say he be say in be friend? I don't want to use the word frolic. In be friends with people we be say they notice as top henchmen of then military people with the oppressors like Abacha. Because this Shaguri in a person will be say they indict for helping. I don't know whether you see that indictment, whether not only me they
of
see it.
course, no,
And
of
when they
course, of
indict,
course.
it's a public
Yes,
knowledge. When they indict
it's
for
in the public
helping
domain.
Abacha loot money, Abi,
Yeah,
now what they indict them
hmm,
for?
yes,
Atiku Bagudu too. They also been
exactly.
finger when they are minister
Mhm.
for budget and national planning now. They
Yes,
also
no.
finger out for the same purpose to help
Mhm.
Abacha loot money. How come these people? And Abacha was one of the greatest enemies of Tinubu at that time because he was supposedly fighting him because of our democracy. How come these people then we work with Abacha paddy paddy? Then come be investor friends now, not vexer. I say make
And I think what that should tell us is that we need to interrogate the stories that we think we know about Nigeria and the people that have run Nigeria in the last. It's not even just this in the last 60 years. There are some things that I hear and I maintain a deliberate skeptical stance. I'm deliberately skeptical. Even when my heart is telling me to believe, I force my head to override it. So this question you ask is a very good question. Is your head asking, like, how can these guys have been Abacha's friends and Abacha supposedly was part of the people that were hounding this video. I mean, Tinubu fought alongside Nadeko against
yes now.
Abacha, against, so and all of that. So fought supposedly, for Abiola to reinstate Abiola's mandate before Abiola
Mandate.
then died while Abacha was head of state. And yet Shaguri was very, very close to Abacha. So you've got to ask yourself very, very serious questions. Look, the question you asked yesterday, I was thinking about this issue. I saw an article somewhere, and it got me thinking. I remembered the issues that trended during the elections, and a lot of people, especially the supporters of the president, will try to dismiss these things and say, "Oh, come on, this is rubbish." But help me make it make sense that the man that is the number one citizen of our country today, we do not know, as you and I speak now, Precious, we don't
Sir.
know the secondary school that he went to. We don't know the primary school that he went to. We don't know, he has no colleague, no classmates from
They say they
any
say
school.
they say they say he go school for house until he can't write on
Yes,
he come out.
that's
Say
what
na
we
a
later,
whiskey.
that's what
No,
they later said.
a whiskey with
That's
service
what
school.
they later said. But the initial story was that he went to government college, Ibadan. The initial story was that he went to one primary school that he graduated there from that school before the school was formed. We actually, I still want to know somebody that knew the man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in 1985. 85. That you knew, oh, you saw him in the news. Or I would like somebody to come out and tell us who that man was in 1985. It's almost as if the man appeared out of nowhere from a particular time and then started trending in national matters.
So, but
You
waiting
know,
this one,
that
this
alone,
question when
that
they ask, what's it mean to us?
that alone means that we need to then begin to ask ourselves questions about the people that are currently running our country. So it ties with the question of how can Abacha and Shaguri have been friends and Abacha and Shaguri were enemies at the same time. It means that there's a lot of mystery and mystique around these figures. And unfortunately, because Nigerians really don't have a say with regards to, selection of people that rule us, let's be honest with ourselves, then nothing is going to happen. You get somebody who is as maybe even more mysterious than the current president, and he will become president tomorrow. In fact, I make bold to say that you can, in this country, go to jail and come out of jail and become president. It seems as if it's possible because we've seen, people that were in jail while they were still in jail, they won senatorial seats in this country. So we really do have very serious
But
problems with the question
those
of
of an always
the
sabi
quality of
something
people
well,
that
well.
are
Those
leading
of an
us.
always
Yeah.
sabi something well, well. If this kind of thing not happen for anywhere for the world, where somebody way perhaps in background no they known rise to this
Mm.
kind of prominence. It don't happen before. You don't hear
I've
about
never
it.
seen it. I've never seen it in any, in fact, not even developed on underdeveloped society. I've never seen a situation. This is unprecedented. And you have to give kudos to the president for pulling this off. I've never seen everybody that rises up to the position of president in any developed country. You can trace their history from the day they were born and every single thing that they did, all their activities, schools they went to, associations they led, the things they belong to, the clubs and associations and groups that they belong to in school, whether they were in secondary school, whether they were in university, whether they were in primary school, you will trace all those things. You can find their history. When Kamala Harris was running for president, somebody came out and said, this woman is not really black. She's actually half Indian and half Caucasian. And somebody went to Hawaii and was able to dig up pictures that she took 30 years ago with the person she claimed to be her mother. All of these types of things. Politicians are very funny people all over the world. But my point is that it's only in Nigeria that somebody appears to just have created an identity. And that person is president. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, anybody that is listening to this and feeling angry, maybe you're a Tinubu supporter and you are feeling angry, just answer this question in your heart, in your conscience. Who was Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Where was he in 1980? Where was he? Who was he in 1985? Who was he in 1970? He was born in 1952, right? Which means that by 1972, he was 20. By 1972, he was 20. By 1975, he would have been 23. By 1979, when Obasanjo became president, Tinubu would have been 28 or so. Where was he? Where was he? Where are the pictures? Where are the pictures? So I mean, these questions are questions that I think that if we know what we're doing as Nigerians, we shouldn't allow those things to be swept under the carpet. We should continue to run that conversation until the president explains to us. He owes us an explanation. He's the one running the country. His word, just ordinary word from his mouth, everywhere scattered. May 29, 2023. Just 3 words. Subsidy is gone. Nigeria changed. That's how important and powerful he is. He owes us an explanation as to, they should come clean. This is not something you just dismiss and say, anybody that wants to know my history can go and check this, that. Come out and tell us who you are. So how can we be questioning his association with Shaguri and his association with maybe Abacha when we don't even know who he is? So, it's very unfortunate.
Going back to the
That's
budget very
that's that's
quickly,
our reality.
I was asking some questions, random questions while you were away, and I asked, say, how possibly they say we don't they do this thing since the inception of our democracy? If not so, we don't they do? They repeat items for budgets. They buy the same thing over and over again for budgets. They repeat the purchase of I don't even know whatever it says, and then our economy still remain the same.
Spoons,
Eh,
spoon.
I beg, no vex. Is there any economy for this world who go feel withstand this kind of thievery? Sorry, this kind of thing. What would they do with our budgets?
Uh,
And they go fit
you
stand.
know, so what happens is that because the resources are relatively plenty, if you think,
Abundance.
yes, it's relative. It's not really abundant like that. If you compare it to what we need to be doing, the money is nowhere near enough. But if you just look at it in terms of absolute terms, Nigeria is generating billions of dollars every year. Billions. Our budget is 33 billion. So if somebody makes away with $10 billion, Nigeria will not crash. If they make away with $20 billion, we will not crash. So that's what is happening. The money is plenty. So if people steal 20% or 30%, the balance of 70% will still do something. It will still do enough to keep the business as usual going. And that's why what you actually find that happens in Nigeria is business as usual. So by the time we start talking about, the CBN and all of the things that the CBN governor is saying with regards to stability, MPC decision, inflation, my sister, these things are just business as usual. They're meaningless numbers. They're meaningless with regards to development, with regards to the man on the street, the poor, the poverty-ridden, poverty-devastated 133 million Nigerians. MPC,
That
inflation.
133 million was during Buhari's administration.
Sorry, no vex.
Hold
Now,
on,
small thing they
remember
make you
now.
vex.
Yeah. Say those of us where they're very down to earth were short fused.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. The
So
rest may
I
not
know what you
understand.
mean. I get you. I get you.
So
I
I
feel
beg.
you.
So
Mm.
I beg. So
So
make we put
so
them well.
so so
Because
maybe
right
maybe
now,
that
what
number might
show
be
people
150 million now. Maybe it might be 150 million now because if you look at the world poverty clock, they actually calculated the number of people that were joining the poverty trap per second. At a point, the
oh dear. Network don't go again. Oh, okay. So I don't think this is network. But perhaps something
can
just
you hear
went.
me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Sir. Apologies. Yes. Yes, sir.
Can you
Yes, I
hear me,
can.
Precious?
Yes. Yes, I
Hello,
can hear you.
Precious. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's you that cannot hear me now again. It's you that can't
Hello,
hear me.
Precious.
Yes. Look at me, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh dear. All right. Just when the conversation was getting interesting, I just hope we can wrap this up very quickly so we'll come back in the
Can
night.
you hear me?
Hello, sir. Yes, I can hear you, sir. Very well.
Okay. So on the world poverty clock, at a point, India also had people. They had. If you're listening to me,
Oh,
just go
do
on
we even
Google.
compare ourselves to India with their population
Well, we have to compare ourselves
and the
because we have a
resources what
similar
we get
trajectory.
and the
Yeah,
resources
we
what
have
we
a
get
similar.
vis-a-vis the resources of India?
Yeah, we have to compare ourselves because they've traveled a similar journey as we have, and they are actually far more constrained. But look at where they are today. They are
And then what's
literally
make
number
they talk now? Say
number
they
three
they're
in the
more
world. I
constrained than
understand.
us. Yes.
I understand. But there we go. So you have India now. The What is happening in India is that people are living. They are now calculating the number of people that are living the poverty line on a daily per second. We
No
were
be people
still
wey dey go
adding,
inside.
we're still
There's still
adding
people
people.
inside.
Yeah, so
Hell.
if you go into that website, you'll see they have a graphic representation of this thing. You see human beings, like figure of people walking into the poverty, then some walking out,
I beg
depending
talk the
on which
website so we
country.
go see them again. Make Nigerians will know.
Worldometer dot. I just look for worldometer, world o meter.
Okay. World
They
O
have the world
meter.
poverty clock. Yes, they have the world poverty clock there. Um, So, so I mean, all this MPC and all these things, they don't do anything for us. The things that we need to do to get Nigerians out of poverty, the things that we need to do to create development and progress for this country, in a way that will actually create wealth that you will look back in 10 years and you will not recognize Nigeria. No president has ever attempted those things. No president is doing them. We're all just maintaining, all of them are maintaining the status quo, running business as usual, saying all the nice things so that they can claim to have won the next election. And that's what it's been all about. We haven't gotten any visionary that has come on board and said, I will change this country. The kind
All
of
right.
things that we need to be doing, we're not doing them.
So this budget issue now, so that means it is what it is as revealed by budgets. Say they
Yeah.
insert a whole, let's call it 7 trillion naira now, because now
Yeah.
insult to
That's a
the money
lot of
we
money.
don't.
It's
Now
crazy.
7 trillion, 6.9 trillion naira, now 7 trillion naira. Um,
For
so
the
it is.
purpose of for context, so that you can compare. The entire budget is 54 trillion. So if you insert 7 trillion, you have inserted about 12%. 12% of the entire budget is fictitious. 12%. If you don't know, if alarm bell is not ringing in your brain as a Nigerian, if you hear 12% confirmed, guaranteed by an organization that is known, well reputed to be very competent in reviewing budgets. They have confirmed that guaranteed was 12% of our budget is
They never go
fictitious.
department agencies and ministries to
They
find
never
out the ones
finish.
that were here. So when they go
They
there, now they
never
go
finish.
find out say, oh, this thing where they put for this budget, then be put on last year. Then we say they supposed don't put the money, that kind of thing. How do we survive? Where do we go from here? How do we have National Assembly that keeps doing this year on year? Waiting, okay, Nigeria go ever better with this kind of thing because it's
The
very
day, the
tiring
day,
to be
the day,
everything.
the day that we get angry enough, Nigeria go better. We need to get angry. That's just it. There is no other solution. Some people say, anger no go fix am. Look, the only solution to this situation is anger. Is when young Nigerians take their own destiny into their own hands and compel change. And I'm not talking about civil unrest. It's not everything that is bow, five, five, fra, fra. Your anger can be channeled. So I keep mentioning Peter for Nigeria. Look, what that guy did, imagine if we had 1,000 Nigerians that had that kind of commitment, just 1,000.
Which guy?
They will shut the National Assembly down. The guy
Which
sat down in front of the gate. Peter for Nigeria, the guy that took the bill for the electoral reform, for the reform of INEC, that
yeah.
took it to the National Assembly and got Senator Ireti Kingibe. Ireti Kingibe had to respond to him, answered him one-on-one. In fact, she invited him and they had a conversation just because he traveled to Abuja with a petition. So imagine if you had 1,000 Nigerian youths, we done the old now, small by small, so we have done our part when we were much younger. And I think that if you're in your 30s, late 20s, early 30s, maybe early 40s, look, you better get angry. You better get angry and fight for your country and put in whatever commitment you need to put in to compel politicians to change the way they are doing things. Because the way we're doing things now, Nigeria no go better. It's not a swear, it's not cause. The way we are going about governance in Nigeria today, Nigeria can never, never be better. We have to, there has to be a radical revolution of the governance process. And the only people that can make that happen is you and I, is the Nigerian. Politicians will never do it. Politicians will never reform INEC. They will never cancel House of Reps and say, make we have only one Senate. People have been saying those things. Those things will never happen. They will never give us true federation, fiscal federalism. They will never do those things unless Nigerians force them to do it. So just a word for anybody that cares to listen.
All right, so back to what Cardoso says, and the Minister for Information, he had mentioned that initially, when the president took up this his reforms, that initially it triggered hardship, but now that it is yielding measurable income because more people are coming out of poverty. I beg help me. I don't make a read them. I don't want to read it in talk because you be like say people like us they sink more into the poverty. So I don't even just want. I don't want vex because I don't know, Mr. Chakwete, do you get the kind of appeal I get every day? The number of appeal I get from people daily,
I
sometimes
know what you
it's
mean.
just so tiring, and you can't say no. There are people you look at them, you can't even
Yeah,
say no because they may be just dying. And
I
what's
know
in
what
the
you
ask
mean.
just food and medication. So if I not get mind to look at person where I know say you really need something, make I say no. Even if that the one I go chop, I go carry give you your chop. Because me, at least my own hunger get hope. And they say hunger will get hope, no they keep person. But that person own
Deal.
hunger, feel no get hope. So it's so with what they're saying, and Cardoso is saying that the economy is stabilizing. As someone who is very financially sound, do you think along that line, sir?
Well, so the thing, what Cardoso is saying, he's looking at only a small. You are dealing with an elephant. The elephant is a massive, giant elephant. Then you now look at his leg, maybe just the foot of that elephant. You see that that foot is on the ground, it's sitting well. You now say, this elephant is standing well. What about the other 3 feet? You have to check because the elephant is big. So you have to be more deliberate in how you assess how the elephant is standing before you arrive at your conclusion. So Mr. Cardoso is looking at monetary policy issues. He's looking at currency, the value of our currency, exchange rate. He's looking at interest rates. He's looking at inflation.
Do you think that our currency is actually stabilizing, or tomorrow no go come here again say they don't push in some money to use padam again? Now what's make it like say they
No,
stabilize?
but
No
there's
vex.
nothing wrong with padding it. Padding it is actually a major part of ensuring that your currency is stable.
But then
So I've always,
what is the
eh,
essence of allowing it, floating it, and letting it have its fighting chance now? Is that not what we did
it's supposed,
initially?
that's the point now. So it's supposed to be a managed float where you don't, and nobody leaves their currency entirely to market forces. In fact, the reason the value dropped this badly is that at a point, Cardoso come out in hand. He left the naira as if it's an offer and did not intervene in the market at all. So market forces just they carry them up and down, tomorrow up, tomorrow down, next tomorrow. So, but then I think he realized that this is not working, and he then started intervening. So till now, CBN is still intervening whenever they feel that it's necessary to maintain that stability. So the stability that he's talking about is not the type of stability that you want to celebrate. It's not a value-based stability. It is just price mechanism. Make sure that there is enough supply when there's demand. So the thing that has not, look, what it means by stability primarily is that the value of the naira has not moved beyond by more than about 100 naira. In over 6 months, we've been hovering somewhere around 1,000. There was a time we actually came to as low as 1,490, 495 on the official market to
Excuse
where
me,
it
sir.
is now,
Excuse
1,590.
me, sir. That's not low. You say as low
No,
as
no, no,
I
no,
was waiting to
no.
hear 1,000 naira,
From
1,000
from
naira,
from where
or
from
maybe
where we were coming
or maybe
now.
750. I'll be there. But
From
when
where
you
we
say
were
as low as,
coming.
oh no,
From where
please.
we were coming from 600, where Buhari, the worst president in the history of the world, where Buhari left us 650 official
Is he?
rates.
Is he the worst president in the
We
history of the world?
now, no, I'm just saying that's how some people see it now. So
Okay.
we now got to 1,700 official rates, 1,750. Black market rate nearly hit 2,000. It just got to 190, 1,900 and something, and then started coming back down. So it is from that up that I'm talking, that from that 1,007, we actually got to as low as 1,490, 1,495. And then we now came back to about 1,550, 1,006. That's about 50 naira range for like 6 months. That's stability for market players. For people that are active in buying forex to do their businesses, you are an importer or you are an exporter, either way. You need to interact with dollars. It is very, very useful that almost for sure the range around which the rate will
So
be.
it has to be
So,
between
so
1,500 to 1,650 right now.
50 naira, 100 naira difference, it will not kill you, even though it's not good enough, but at least it's stability. But it is one thing to say that your macroeconomic indicators are stable. So inflation seems to be reducing. Exchange rate is stable.
Inflation is
Interest
reducing,
rate,
sir.
it seems to be. No, let's be honest with ourselves. Pressure. Me, I know they sabi how to lie now.
No, I'm not going
Price
to say make
of
you lie,
egg.
but I won't
Wait,
know.
wait. How
Okay,
much
tell me,
is
sir.
egg? How much is a crate of egg now? Well, when
Okay.
we say inflation, prices are no longer, inflation means the rate at which price they increase.
Increase. Okay.
So price is no longer increasing at the rate it was before, even
Okay.
though in most cases it is still not really coming down significantly. But some have
Okay.
reduced. I bought
Okay.
eggs at 6,005 at a
Okay.
point, just a few months ago. I bought
Okay.
eggs 6,000, 6,005. I bought it with my own hand because I dey follow Madam go market these days. It's not easy.
Okay.
So,
Accountability. It's okay, no
eh,
problem.
no, I'm just accompanying her just to keep her
No,
company.
wahala, I understand.
It's not accountability at all.
I understand, but
So
that's very good. I even like himself. So that when she come tell you say price don't go up, you self go know say price really go up.
that
No
no,
wahala.
that's why I know all these things now. It's not something they are reporting to me. I bought eggs with my own hand, 5,000 naira last week.
Oh,
5,000,
that's
even though the eggs
good.
were small. They are small. I was like, these
Because
eggs are small.
if na the normal
Uh,
sizes so you dey buy before, you
it
fit
would
still
have
be
been
that
5,500.
6,065.
No, it would have been 5,500. I asked
Okay,
them, they said the other one is 5,500.
five
So
five.
the
Okay,
point I'm
that's
making is that in truth, inflation has moderated. Prices are not
but
really coming down.
is it as low as MBS is making it look like it's now 23
No.
point
That one is padding now. They did window dressing. Our real
something?
inflation
They add sugar
rate,
part inside.
our real inflation rate is still somewhere around 30. They are based on what they were doing before. We're still around 32%. Based on the real inflation, if you add some other items into the basket and you reconfigure the proportion that you are assigning to the different components of the basket, our real inflation rate right now is about 45, maybe 50%. But they have decided to window dress it to 24. It's okay, at least. But the thing is that rates are coming down slightly. Prices are coming down slightly. Price
Was
of
that
petrol
not
come
because
down
of
small.
IMF anyway? Do you think that was because of IMF to make it look like
No, yeah. They're trying to achieve their 15% inflation rate, and they've thought that, look, how else can we do this? And somebody had bring with Mr. President. Is it not? Look, numbers are made for man. Man is not made for number. Let's reduce the number now. And then somebody decided to reduce the number, and that's what happened. So maybe it's for IMF, maybe it's for international investors, maybe it's for their own political whatever. But whatever the case may be, it was wrong. I've never supported that. I think they messed up the entire. For us as economic analysts, the distort is a major structural distortion in how you review the economy and make policy decisions. It's absolute nonsense, but it's been done. Let's leave it there. So now, what I'm saying is that if you look at inflation, you look at exchange rates, you look at interest rates, you look at money supply, all of those things appear to be stable. But my sister, what I'm saying is that that stability is not it doesn't mean that the economic condition of Nigerians is stable or getting better.
so how
Nigerians are still suffering.
how will this stability now affect the economic
So
condition of
what is
Nigeria?
supposed to happen is that if this is an economy that runs the way normal economies run, if you remove the distortion that corruption causes, eh, if you can sustain this stability for another 2 years, what would happen is that investment flows will follow it. You will now start getting foreign debt. Well, right now we have foreign portfolio investors, but now hot money, they can wake up tomorrow and remove their money. If any small thing happens to exchange rate, they will leave and your currency will crash. But if you can maintain this type of stability for long enough, investment will flow in. If you can maintain this type of stability for long enough, maybe government revenues will improve. And maybe they will spend it on infrastructure projects that will result in better working conditions for Nigerians that we can now use to generate wealth and productivity. So,
All
but
right.
there are major maybes.
So
There are major maybes, and
quick
it will
question.
take
A
time.
quick question though. A country like Argentina, for instance, how did their president do it in such a short time that there was a significant, growth or changes or difference in
No, look, let me tell you, one of the biggest things that the president of Argentina did that I thought was significant in terms of the symbolism is that they went on genuine austerity measures. Genuine. He went on aggressive cost cutting, cost of governance, cost cutting reforms. Genuine one, where they're cutting salaries,
so
they're cutting number of
why
staff.
can we not be borrow leave from that kind of thing? Why is it that everything what would they do concerning to manage for inside this economy, need to concern politicians, not vex so.
Let's ask Uncle Bola. We have to ask Uncle Bola
And
because
because not be only him,
as
including the
it,
governors, including the
but
National Assembly
no,
members,
but
all of
no,
these things
no,
affect
no,
them. Like,
no,
you
no,
see,
no.
okay,
Precious, I'm sorry
sir,
to stop you. Sorry, no. You see,
okay,
that's the mistake, and that's the mistake he and his managers are making.
okay, sir.
And this, let me not quote this our local politician that people like talking about and some people like hating. Look, the point is that the reason that happened in Argentina and had the effect and impact it had is that there was signaling. People don't understand the power of signaling, the optics. If the president of Nigeria today comes out and say, look, I've looked at this hardship. I know that we didn't have a choice. We had to remove subsidy. I know that we didn't have a choice. We had to float naira. But I know that, and I know that you people are suffering. Now, I know that we need to do something differently to make sure that things are better for you. From effective today, I'm selling my Escalade. That yacht that they said I bought, I've sold it. The presidential jet that I need the new one I bought, we have sold all the other ones. I have only two now. Eh? All the things that we use in Nassau Rock, all of them are made in Nigeria now. You see, the cascade effect that will have from National Assembly to the state government houses to local government, everybody will follow him. And the multiplier
So
effect
you dey
and
talk
the
say na
cost
him get to
saving,
start with EG, for
he is the
example.
one.
Because I'm
Everything rises
wondering,
and
a
falls
situation
on
where they say
leadership.
we get about 10 fleets. I've been at 10 different,
Uh-uh.
I think 4 chopper, 6
Yes,
jets,
it's the
put inside
presidential
our
fleet is about
presidential
11
fleet.
or
And
12.
they will say they
Yes.
go buy one. What is wrong with us? And
So
they will
that's
go
the
ask people
thing.
when we even get up to our level to borrow us money.
Exactly. It makes no
Oh,
sense.
there's
So
some
so
things
the
where
point
they
is
make
that
person they get mental problem.
so the
So they think
president has to lead by example. If you say that we need to make sacrifices for the sake of the future, he must be the first to make sacrifice. You cannot tell Nigerians to make sacrifice. You buy a car that is 1 billion naira on Escalade, 1 billion naira. Why? So he needs to sell that car tomorrow and go and buy nothing. Then we will know that Nigeria first policy, it means business. And you will see that all parastatals, all private organizations will start buying locally produced vehicles because the president led the way. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So let's leave National Assembly, let's leave State House of Assembly, let's leave State Governor. President, lead the way. Once the president leads, everybody else will follow. And that
so
applies to everything.
So based on the projection of government generally, you say it will take almost 2 years before we see people begin come out of poverty instead of sinking further into poverty.
No, if things are done properly, if we are very deliberate in our policy and our program implementation, if the savings are actually used to drive infrastructure growth and development, that will happen.
Okay.
But
All right.
you
So
see that if is a huge if, is big capital IF, italics, bold, underline, red, if. I don't think it's going to happen.
hell. So that means it no dey possible say this administration go bring us come off for this problem where they put us
I
inside.
pray that I'm wrong, but I can't see the signs. I
Hey,
can't see the
all
signs.
right. Now, one of the signs the Kaduna State Governor don't come out come talk say waiting they make insecurity they thrive, especially this period. Saying a hardship, saying that the hardship because of. And if you look and well, the insecurity don't take another form because Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State don't come out come talk say even these Boko Haram people, these terrorists,
Mhm.
then get informants from politicians, they get politicians
Absolutely.
who they inform them, then get government officials where they inform them. They even get military people where they inform them, including people for the villages. Now, let's begin to look at it one at a time. If, for instance, the villagers they inform them because of poverty, as Kaduna State Governor talks about poverty be driving security. I bet not vex. The same government officials and politicians when at them they enjoy for government right now. What could be the driving force? We're gonna make them become informants to people where they swear, where they destroy the lives of people, where they swear an oath to protect their lives and property. How possible is that?
I
What
mean,
kind of level of
look,
betrayal is that?
for me, the
If it's
first
true.
thing, yeah, the first thing is that the man that spoke is the chief security officer of an entire state in our country. He's not just anybody. He knows what he's saying. He knows what he's saying. He holds security briefings with all the security agencies at state level, DSS, police, the different commands of the military commissions, all of them. He holds NDLEA. He holds briefings with them every month. The man knows what he's saying. So why? Why is this happening? I think that it's a very complex web of different types of motivations. At the bottom of it all is personal interest, selfish personal interest that probably is tied in some manner or the other to self-perpetuation in office, state control, state capture. How do I win elections in this country today? you must have foot soldiers. Those foot
Yay.
soldiers, yes. And when I say foot soldiers, I'm not talking about just agents. I'm not talking about polling agents alone. Those are foot soldiers too, figuratively. But I'm saying that a lot of governors, and we have heard these things, the governor of Ogun State, one governor of Ogun State accused another governor of Ogun State, the ex, the one that he took over from. I had a stash of ammunition and guns in the government house. It was two governors. So what I'm saying is not an expose, it's not a revelation. It's something that we all know. So the governors, typically as a part of the political machinery that they use to win elections, they have boys, they have their private armies basically, and they arm them. So in the process, what tends to happen is that as the election cycle drifts away, before the new cycle comes, those guys fall into mischief and the governors can't control them. So why would governors be acting as informants to, why would politicians, why would members of the military be acting as informants to Boko Haram? Let me also tell you something else that I think that most people that have, observed these things, even from a distance, you just keep your ears to the ground, you follow the news. One of the things that has become absolutely apparent is that the insurgency, like all wars all over the world, has become a profit-making business. There is a chain, there is a chain of people, there is a chain of interests that are benefiting from Boko Haram continuing to do what it's doing, that are benefiting from Lakarua continuing to do what they're doing, that are benefiting from the bandits doing what they're doing. There is a chain of people who uh, gain economically from all of these things, starting from people that sell them guns, people that supply them food, people that supply them, that I'm talking of supplying these things to the insurgents. So, of course, it will be in the interest of some of these people to ensure that this war don't end. And they will do whatever that means they need to do, even if it means informing them, giving them tips on army movement, army formation, so that the army will fail in destroying them, so that the insurgency can continue,
So if to
so
say
that
we
they can
really get,
continue to
if
make
to say
money.
we get a true free and fair election, all of these things were they necessary?
Uh-huh. So if we have proper elections now, then I think one of the things that people forget is that the value of free and fair elections is not only in getting the person you like to become president, governor, whatever. That's not the main value actually. The real value of free and fair elections, of elections whose outcomes reflect the desires of the people.
For the people.
The real value, the real value is that the politician will know in his own heart that he owes his office to those people. That if
Say
he
the
does
power
not
belongs to the
perform,
people.
that he belongs to them, that if he does not perform, the next election he will lose because he knows the elections are free and fair. But the politicians know that elections are not free and fair, that they can write results.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Network again, I guess. I want to believe that that's network and not from my end. I suppose. Um, I know she'll say that one not from my end. Mr. Shego Shokpito, I don't know whether you hear me. Oh dear. So I'm really a bit sad and in very low spirits this afternoon because he did some things where they hear about the country. We be say the thing. It won't be like say make you turn your head upside down because you just they wonder how possibly they say we could just dey go through this same circle over and over again without anything. Now, what see they hear for news now? Other things. Oh, Northern Forum don't endorse President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second term for 2027. We've not even come out of 2024, 2023 election or the outcome of the 2023 election. They do another endorsement. I mean, who they alive now go fit face the other, this endorsement or who go there alive till he become president again. Well, that's part of the news. I say Northern elders them they don't join together as support. Even though say some people say don't come out contact say they don't their own like Bacha Lawal don't come out contact say Northern elders and they on their own for this one wouldn't talk because they themselves they no go support them. And I'll dissect that matter properly in the evening with appropriate footages to match up. So the reason I thought to raise alarm about these missing issues, we heard that days after a Lagos banker Osamudieme Idemudia was declared missing by his family. His body was discovered at a mortuary, a morgue in the Yaba area of Lagos State. Let's see if our guest has rejoined us so that we conclude with this and then move on to other issues. Hello, sir. So sincere apologies. I beg, no
I
vex.
don't know what happened. The thing just
No
went off.
vex. Okay, so I know say your time don't they, already fast
Yes.
spent. Make I let you round up for this insecurity matter. It is very disheartening. Say they the issue of a banker will disappear, they no see him again. All of a
Yeah.
sudden they see him body for mortuary with cut
Yeah.
coin body. You know another person will be say they say he criticize a governor of his state. Next thing that person don't disappear right now. Nobody feel know where he dey again, and all of those issues. For people where they talk, say talk hard, speak the hard truth, speak the hard truth. That's the consequences of the hard truth. Hard truth, hard truth. People will go to cheer her on now to talk the hard truth. They dey their houses, but that lady now don't disappear. Remember that this is the same way where it be say one that the Yati till today use disappear. We don't know where it dey
It's
again.
gone.
Why? Because of say criticize. It's
Yeah,
gone.
it's gone.
We don't know where it dey again. So for people that keep urging people on, oh, talk truth to power, you cannot even say the truth. You cannot say the truth. That be why your safety they guaranteed you go talk true. Why your safety not they guaranteed? Which kind of truth will you go talk? You understand this now the situation of all this kind of people. And you think saying a hunger still join hand together, they feel this kind of one will they happen to all these people then?
Well, I mean,
Just like
at
Abio's
the,
governor talk.
at the end of the day, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that you can blame hunger for this. This is for this particular people that you're talking about. There are two cases that you spoke about now. For the
Yes,
so-called
yes.
lady, that
Mm.
has nothing to do with hunger. That is a state capture problem. That is political schemes and control of the people. That is scare tactics and coercion, silencing of the voice of the people. That's what that is. So that's a very different thing from the case of the banker. For that banker, we will have to wait, but it does look as if it's just an
But the
insecurity.
case of insecurity like this, they increase every day, every day. What do you
Yes,
mean? That's the
because of the
problem.
hunger, because of the poverty, and we said it. You see, all these things that are happening now, we talk them now. We talk them. Look, you and I, we were on shows together before the elections in
Yes,
2022. You and I, we
yes, yes.
spoke, and I was boasting that they can't remove subsidy. They don't burn anybody well. They can't try it. And the reason I was saying that are the things that we're seeing play out now. That if you remove subsidy, the country will go up in flames because the hunger, the deprivation, the poverty will spiral out of control, and it will affect every area of society, including security. If people are hungry, not be everybody they hungry, they say I will not steal. It's not everybody that has that integrity, that has that strength of character to say I would rather die than spoil the name of my father. My father used to tell me, my late father will say, my mom in particular will say, not your humanity one shade is a Yoruba saying, remember the son of whom you are. So it was very important
Wow.
because every time I was going to school, it would remind me about character, about personality, about integrity. It's not everybody that has that.
And that
So there are
shaped
people
you.
that when poverty them, they steal. Poverty hits them, they kidnap. When poverty hits them, they fall into the hands of some friends, in quote, they will take gun. They will say, oh boy, come on, let's go. There's one action, there's one operation, let's go. They will give them gun, they'll go and rob because they're hungry. They have their integrity issues, no doubt, but the hunger provided a fertile ground for the devil to sow the seeds of evil in their heart. So what we're seeing in the rise in insecurity is simply the result of the neglect of politicians, of Nigerians. Is simply the result of the insensitivity of this particular administration to the plight of the people, to failure to understand that the reforms might be good on the long run, but in the short run, economics says that everybody is dead. Any reform that you are doing, that the benefits and the gains will come only in the long run, you have failed, because everybody dies in the long run. Your best actions, your best policies, we must reap benefits in the short to medium term. You can't be talking about long run. You can't be telling us to wait for 10
And
years
even
to
then,
see
the
the
worst part is that even then, the politicians don't even want to wait for 5 years before they reap the result. Though. They want to reap their own result
exactly,
instantly. Then they want to make the public
exactly,
wait for 10, 15 years before they reap their
exactly,
results. And then just speaking about still this corruption festering or continuing, for
exactly.
University of Calabar, it did the kind impunity where they happen there, where BC, they say lecturers, they extort students, or the school, they extort students. And the governor don't come tell them, say, no, they have to put an end to such extortions. Guess what? They defy what in the governor talk. They're still going ahead to do that. Just shows that you can do whatever you want to do. I don't care. As in, talk to the fingers. Anything one I like, make what I go. So we hear that despite warning handed down by the Cross River State governor, the College of Health Technology Calabar is still allegedly collecting unapproved levies. About 2 weeks ago, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Henry Egbe Ayuk, came down hard against alleged illegal levies imposed on students at the Ogoja College of Nursing Sciences, describing the situation as an outrageous abuse of trust and the betrayal of government standards. In a viral video widely circulated on social media, they had exposed what happened to the extortion of students, backed by no evidence of payment. Now, the scandal had ignited widespread outrage among parents, students, and of course the general public, with many calling the for urgent action. As a result, the commissioner issued a directive ordering immediate stop to the illegal collections across the states or across the state's health institutions. But guess what? Excuse me, guess what? It didn't stop because after that, they just kept doing the same thing again. Findings shows that the College of Health Technology Calabar revealed that lecturers and examiners have paid no heed to the warning. Students in both national diploma and higher national diploma taking part in the ongoing examinations are allegedly being compelled by force to individually cough out between 10,000 to 15,000 naira to lecturers to sort courses, else you go fail. This it is now by force. It's either you do it or you fail. This is what is happening in University of in some health institutions in Calabar, Cross River State. So it be like say the more we dey talk about this thing, the more the thing they happen. It's tiring, honestly speaking, having to speak. Mr. Shegun Shokito, let me let you wrap up. The network will not let you. So make I let you wrap up if you have a concluding thought on or everything we will supposed to discuss today, I beg. If you could just cap them. You dey hear me, sir? Okay. You dey hear me, sir? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Oh dear, the network again and again. No go let us. Okay, so when I come back in the evening, I'll give you details of what played out today. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? All right, I think I can. I get a feeler from your end now. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear
Can
me.
you
I
hear me?
can hear you. Yes,
Okay, I'm
yes,
not hearing
yes,
you.
yes,
I
yes,
don't know why.
please. Yes, please. I don't know
Apologies for all
why. I
this
don't know
technical
why.
problems,
Okay.
Jerry.
I'm so sorry, sir. I should apologize for even bothering your peace with all this. Please forgive me. Um, okay. So yeah. So when I come back in the evening by 8 o'clock, I'll bring details of what's played out today in the court case with Nnamdi Kanu today, and we'll also talk about Bacha Lawal and other issues, and we'll talk fully on the Labour Party issue. We'll look at the Labour Party case and waiting the talk out the resolution of the next meeting for the Labour Party and how waiting they don't decide say they go do. Can you hear me, sir? I can't hear you anymore. I cannot hear you anymore. I can't hear you anymore. I can't hear you anymore. I don't know what's wrong with network. It can be really very tiring having this back and forth network, honestly speaking. It is sport person mind well. I do hope that we can come back better and stronger in the evening. Okay, I cannot hear you. I really do wish that I can hear you, sir. I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, okay.
Okay, I can hear
Yes,
you
I can
now,
hear you
but
now. I can hear you now too. I
can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
now too. I can. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you now. Yes, yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
All
So
right.
I was
Sorry
saying
about
that if you
that.
could
Sorry
just
for
wrap
all
up,
the
that I mean,
technical glitches.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Very interesting conversation though, but the technical issues not let us enjoy it well. But make I just let you wrap up on every single thing we want, plan to talk about today. If you could just sum up your thoughts and summarize. Go ahead, sir. Hello.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said if you can quickly wrap up on
I
everything
didn't
we
hear what you
Bisa was
said.
supposed to talk about today. If you can kindly wrap up on
Yeah.
everything we have to say
Well,
today. If you can wrap up, yes,
okay. I think the wrap up.
yes.
I think the wrap for me will just be that we have to continue to, as Nigerians, and I know you have a lot of followers. You know, your followers, they love you. You know, like we all do. So they're all listening, and I think that we have to understand that things are not going to change. This is very
Hey,
important. For me, this is just the message.
but this is
The,
painful to
the
hear
whole
now.
reason, whole point, but it's the truth. The whole point of your shows like yours. I'll be starting a podcast very soon, by the way, Precious. I would also
Oh, please do.
ask you
Please
to
let us
join
know.
me.
Please. Oh, I will
The
join you. Please
reels
let
and
us know
shows
your
like
handle.
mine.
Kindly,
Yeah,
kindly let us know your
yeah,
handle when you're done, so that we can
absolutely.
follow you.
I will let you know.
Mm,
I will let you. We're still working on it.
thank you.
So
All right, then.
the
Thank you very
reason for all of this is for people to understand that if we do nothing, then nothing will happen. If we
much.
do
Yay.
nothing, nothing is going to change. If now so Nigeria, now so day, look, we have been like this 25 years. Just cast your mind back. You know, if you are old enough, 25 years ago, where were we? Were we much better than this? How was light? How was the hospital? How were roads? Well, here we are 25 years later, nothing has. If anything, it's probably worse. So if we do nothing, sorry, with all due apology, 25 years from today, it will still be the same thing. We stand up and do something about it. We have, so the question we need to start asking ourselves is, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Even if all you do is just keep asking that question, the answer will come. And then at some point, we'll achieve critical mass and we can make the changes that need to be made. Changes need to be made in this society, Precious. You know, the people that are dying are too many, people that are hungry are too many, and the politicians don't care. They're not send us. So the earlier we rise up to the occasion, take our destiny in our own hands, and I'm not talking of violence. Before on DSS come begin to look for me, you know, take our destiny in our own
Person
hands
not even fit talk.
and
The
make
worst
this
part is the
that
person not even
we
fit
need.
talk. You not even fit talk. Eh, Wow.
Exactly.
Person
You
not
go
even
they
fit talk.
talk, you go
Self
they talk,
rest.
you go they fear DSS.
You go to count your thought. You go to count wetin you dey talk with your mouth.
Just
Say, I
imagine.
hope you are not
So
Missian for one place. Oh goodness.
it's unfortunate. So that's it. I think for
Oh yeah, I think the network is at it again, but I think that's a
me,
good parting shot. I'd like to say, okay, thank you, thank you so much,
wrap
thank you so much, Mr. Shekpito.
up.
Thank you,
Let's all just get up.
thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shekpito. The network not let me hear you well, but it's okay. We understand. Thank you so immensely for joining us and always giving us your mind. Thank you. I beg, when the time reach, make we know that place where we go to watch you because you're
I'll
always a
let you know.
delight to listen to. Thank you so much.
I'll
I
let you
appreciate
know.
you. Go
Have
enjoy
a
the rest of your
wonderful
day.
evening and bye
Thank
bye
you.
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Okay, so moving on very quickly, let's see other issues that we haven't touched so that we'll touch them very quickly before we come back for the evening. Okay, my phone lines are already buzzing when I've not given them out. Okay, I think I already gave out from the beginning. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir,
Yeah, thank you for the good job you do.
thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Go ahead. What's your name? Where are you
Yeah,
calling from?
Mr. Murray, I'm calling from United States of America,
Calling from where?
from the US.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, please.
Yeah, was a very beautiful show, and
Thank you.
your he made some very valid points. I just want to make one or two inputs. He started by saying the subsidy is gone as pronounced by the president. Was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was a calculated attempt to satisfy his Western collaborators. He had two scripts. One script was the one written for him for the inauguration. The other one was to satisfy his Western collaboration because that was one of the conditions given to him for their support.
Oh
So
wow.
it wasn't a mistake. He didn't care about Nigerians, but he cared more about those that were, you know, imposing him on Nigerians. So that thing he did, your guy said he made a mistake and he must be regretting it. He has no regret whatsoever because he has no remorse. You know, he was doing it to satisfy the interests of those that wanted to impose him on Nigerians. So he had two scripts. One in front of him was the one written for him for the purpose of the inauguration. The other script, the hidden one, was the one to satisfy his Western collaborators. Probably that was one of the conditions they gave him for their support. Another thing I want to quickly chip in is I saw the video the clip you played. The reason why they're trying to force people to vote is not because they want popular participation. It's not because they want to create awareness so that Nigerians can participate. It's not because they care about who votes and who does not vote. They're trying to force Nigerians to endorse their illegitimacy. You know, they know what they are cooking. They know what they want. The results are ready for 2027. So, to give the popular opinion that, oh, people participated, that's why they're trying to squeeze that bill in. They're trying to create a false endorsement for their illegitimacy. Thank you. That's just my little contribution. I want to let you rest.
All
I
right.
have a lot of things I wanted to say, but
No, we'll talk
for the
about it
want
in
of
the
time,
evening. We'll talk about it in the
thank
evening.
you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
they
you
want to
so.
force Nigeria to give the false impression that, oh, it was a general, you know, a support from Nigerians. They already have know what they want to do. They want to force a kind of create a false impression for their endorsement to make it look as if people participated. You know, they already see that people are having a voters apathy. When they come up with this bill, it will create the impression that, oh, after all, they participated in our first result. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's your opinion. Thank you so much. I appreciate. So we'll have quite a an area of other conversations we'll have to jump in on. But I would rather take a break. We'll come back at 8 o'clock and address all of these and more. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you who's been part of the show as usual. Thank you so much. Let's continue to speak for the growth and development of our country. And I see all on our messages. Make I begin to come one by one. Maybe let's start from the last side. Christian Enyeribe Amalichi. You didn't say anything there, so I'll skip. And oh, thank you so much, Emeka Nweke. And he said, even faster, even Gaza get better. No, try Gaza. What are you saying? No, try Gaza. I'm not trying. Don't compare Gaza to Nigeria. It's Nigeria bad network. Honestly speaking, you guys don't know. In fact, you cannot do any job that's got to do with network in Nigeria without having two, three, four, five options. If I tell you how much I spend on network in a month just to ensure that I have stable network to stream, your mind will be blown away. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. I love you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Precious, please keep talking the soft truth. It's not you will know I have to talk soft truth, Abi. Before I go say give it hard, give it hard. If anything happens, and I go down a house, person picking don't disappear. So please, we need to be alive to go to go ahead. Those people only know how to snatch and grab and run away with the process stage. In the outcome stage, they got nothing to offer because their criminal uh, proclivities, proclivities do not produce useful outcomes. That's what you said. That's your opinion. And then Emeka says, please, guys, click like and spread the good news. Kindly like, please. Thank you, Emeka. Thank you so much. Please kindly like. And also share this post, please. It's very important. Thank you. That's the only tithe and offering you give to me. Just like and share. Thank you so much. And who's then? Kale Zebra says, what? Either divide the country according to no, I'm not reading any message like that to you. No baby go use read the message. Precious, please answer me. If someone is buying food for you and order pure water, will you get will you get mine to order bottled water as our president is doing? Shall his followers? Bros, this one way you give an a proverb, you don't give it like this. So this one Shego Shekweto thinks he can get mango from a stone. An impossibility. Tinubu got nothing to give. Oh wow. You guys, we're coming down now. Suffer too much in Nigeria, too much grammar and no common sense. No, there is a lot of common sense. Don't say that. There's a lot. In fact, I have decided to change my citizenship to Burkina Faso. Well, fast. When you collect it, come give me small citizenship and share with me. Consider what Captain Ibrahim Traore, you said 2 years without. Okay, okay, all right. I see you. I give up once they rigged Obi out. Nigeria would only go backwards. No, that's not true. Okay, unless we reclaim the country from the hijackers of Nigeria. Hmm. 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 It is tiring. Chris Obina, I see you. Thank you so much. And Nigeria is irredeemable and unworkable. It is not irredeemable. It is workable, but we need a lot of unity to get it working. It doesn't add up. Tinubu has been a part of the looters from the military era. Oh, wow, that's what you said? Okay, I see you. And Nigeria might be ruled by an angel as nobody gets his history, my dear. Miracle of all miracles. Miracle. Okay, thank you so much. I see all of you, and I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you. Thank you so much. Sincere apologies for the glitches and the problem we will face for this broadcast today. Please forgive us. It's one of those things where you do when you get business for Nigeria. Network need to let you rest. But we'll come back in the evening to bring you other updates and we things we happen today. We'll talk about Nnamdi Kano's court case. We'll talk about plea footages from what Babagana Zulum said. We'll talk about Bachala. We'll talk about the Labour Party crisis and footages to back that up and other issues that's coming up. Get to talk about all of those. And of course, Sasabi bring on evidence when they talk about them. I love you guys. Please stay safe, protect your mental health in all of this because sometimes the matter of this country, they make person vex so much as they vex me right now. But what will I do? This is the only country I have to call mine. So stay safe, protect your mental health. I love you. See you later.